Welcome back. As we reflect today on the anniversary of 1 October, keeping track of our mental health is critical. Mike Davis visited the Geriatric unit at Desert Springs Hospital to learn some mindful takeaways. Take a look.
Today, on the anniversary of 1 October, we're here at Desert Springs Hospital with Christopher Bateman and Dr. Zafar with the Geriatric unit. Guys, thanks so much for being with us. Can you tell us, starting off, maybe how we can just better understand how we can deal with our emotions on a day like today?
We have to understand that even though the event happened several years ago, the aftermath is still prevalent and lingers on in individuals. There's a misperception out there that PTSD is a war-specific diagnosis, whereas in reality, if an individual is threatened in a traumatic event and has symptoms, it warrants a diagnosis of PTSD.
I also think the Las Vegas community experienced some vulnerabilities that it hadn't known before. So we go from just a regular day to basic things like we're questioning safety, we're having questions of mortality, and basically reevaluating life priorities all within a matter of hours.
All right, Dr. Zafar, let's talk about some of the warning signs, the symptoms, and the best way to treat PTSD if your loved one is experiencing that.
So PTSD manifests itself in set ways. It involves intrusive symptoms, nightmares, flashbacks, dissociation, avoidance symptoms, startle response, exaggerated hypervigilance. What we have to remember is that PTSD can present several years down the road, or it can happen within the first 30 days of the onset. When it's within the first 30 days, it's acute stress disorder. Beyond that, it's PTSD. So what we really need to understand is, because it has a variable onset, we need to look out for the symptoms that I just described. And when we see our loved ones suffering from those symptoms, reach out for help. Help can be through psychotherapy or medication management.
Okay. Lastly, Chris, could you maybe just give us a take-home message as we're reflecting on a day like today, the anniversary of 1 October? What's something good to keep in mind for everybody at home?
I think one of the most important things is looking out for opportunities to be supportive. And we need to keep in mind the broad spectrum of people that were affected by this. There's EMS drivers and law enforcement and healthcare professionals and a whole slew of frontline people that are still dealing with the front lines today. You don't have to be in an event like that to be impacted by it. We've all heard the saying, history repeats itself, and unfortunately that's often used in a negative connotation. I would say that I believe history will repeat itself in that Las Vegas will find its resiliency every time through the unity of its community members.
That's really important, and thank you guys so much for all this valuable insight on a day like today, and I'll toss it back to you guys in the studio.
And that is why it is always so important to be kind to people, because you never know what somebody is going through. Thank you, Mike, for that. And for more information on the Geriatric unit, visit desertspringshospital.com, or you can call 702-894-5508. More, we'll be right back.